Fala, Cafu! E aí, Cafu? Então, se um dia eu te dissesse que seria preciso alguém de algum outro país fazer um vídeo para mostrar pra gente o que é democracia e o que é autoritarismo, você ia acreditar em mim? Tenho certeza que não. Mas dá uma olhada nesse vídeo aqui, Cafu.
If you want to know the logical conclusion of where all this hysteria about disinformation is leading, then just take a look at what's happening in Brazil. Brazil's presidential, legislative and regional elections are all set to take place in October. The head of Brazil's Superior Electoral Tribunal has now said openly that the court will nullify election winners that they deem to have shared disinformation online. When, as per its jurisdictional function, the court receives a complaint and it is demonstrated that a specific candidate engaged in deeds that he knew were false, he will be subject to the Electoral Code rule characterising that conduct as a crime, and this can result in the loss of his office as punishment, Edson Fachin warned. In other words, if Jair Bolsonaro is democratically voted into office again by the Brazilian people, the election court can just claim that Bolsonaro shared disinformation about something during the campaign and then arbitrarily strip him of the presidency. Fachin claimed, quote, "We are not in the corner of any candidate," and yet the only candidate under scrutiny is Bolsonaro, for warning about the vulnerability to fraud of electronic voting systems. And let's be honest, this whole disinformation trope is a one-way street. It only ever impacts conservative, right-wing, populist candidates. What's happening in Brazil obviously represents an assault on the very bedrock of democracy. It's a literal coup, but it's all being presented as reasonable under the guise of stopping the spread of disinformation. And it all comes back to the same point time and time again. Who decides what's disinformation? The federal bureaucracy, the deep state, the regime. Gee, what could possibly go wrong?
Então é isso, Cafu. Mas para muitos dos nossos amigos, a grama vai continuar sempre azul. Um abraço.